young brash champion, Kai Stewart, has made his name in the world of bare-knuckle fighting by calling his shots and taking them.
I'm the king of the mindset, king of the cardio, and king of the BKFC, so we're here to stay.
But at BKFC Montana, he faces a different kind of challenge. Former UFC standout, Jimmie Rivera.
Overhand right by Rivera.
With years of top-level experience, he has faced some of the toughest fighters in the world. But this time, the gloves are off.
But at the end of the day, it's going to be an exciting fight, balls to the wall. We're going to put a show on for the fans.
Can the young champion take down the battle-hardened veteran? Or will Rivera's experience prove to be too much? Stewart has fought his way through the BKFC with fire and fury.
Stewart hard to the inside, big shots, and down goes Louie Lopez.
His youth, confidence, and unrelenting drive have brought him to the top of the featherweight division. Coming off his best performance to date at BKFC 62.
Left hand, and that sends Bryant into the canvas. Clean knockdown.
Stewart looks to continue his forward momentum. Standing across from him, Jimmie Rivera, a fighter who's been tested in the heat of battle, facing some of the most dangerous men in the world.
Overhand right, left hand on the counter from Rivera.
On November 9th, Rivera aims to finally fulfill his dream of becoming a world champion. Before the battle for featherweight gold, two fighters who are ready for an all-out war will clash in the co-main event. The hard-hitting former WBO boxing champion, Alfredo Angulo, steps into the bare-knuckle ring against Julian, a brawler who lives for the chaos inside the squared circle.
There's a big right hand and the left hand.
There's a little wobble there.
Will Angulo's crushing power be enough to stop Lane's relentless pressure? Or will Lane drag him into deep waters? Billings, Montana will play host to an action-packed night that's sure to deliver brutal finishes and jaw-dropping moments. This is Road 2, BKFC Montana, Stewart versus Rivera. For Kai Stewart, training is more than preparation. It's ritual. King Kai has fought his way from obscurity to the top of the featherweight division by breaking each opponent that has stood across from him. Now as the BKFC 145-pound champion, he's ready to defend his title for a third consecutive time, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest to ever step inside the squared circle.
My combat sports experience ranges from wrestling to MMA, dabbled in some pro wrestling, but you know, nothing is greater than BKFC. I have got to be a homegrown talent here in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and it feels good to pave the way. You know, I don't really have coaches that have experience in bare knuckle, but we're all taking tools out of every single tool bag, from boxing, from wrestling, from everything that we can pull from, and that's what makes me great in the bare knuckle.
The best, baby. Best in the world. Best in the world. 4-time featherweight world champion, November 9th. Tune in, baby. Tune in.
Traditional gyms just aren't really for me. I don't care about the fancy equipment. I come from a long line of Montana wrestling, and for people that don't know what that is, it just means that we find a spot to work in and we put every ounce of what we have into it. And you know, I'm very grateful to have found Eaglestone Boxing Club, which is in the basement of my coach's house, and it works. It fits the vibe, and nothing beats the dungeon grind.
Stewart said, I took this bare knuckle bout to challenge myself. I know I'm a good MMA fighter. I know I'm a good folk style wrestler. This is a step up in competition for me. Half tie plumb, single collar tie, and there's the right hand. Gage turning his back, referee Andrew Glenn taking a close look, and that is it! Just like that, the win for the active college wrestler from University of Providence in Montana, Kai Stewart.
And Kai Stewart might be one of the youngest guys we have on our roster, but he sure didn't act like it right there. He would smell blood, he went after the kill, he got it.
My why to keep going in my combat sports career, I'm super young at 24 years of age. I won my first world title at 22. And you know, the why is just I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to compete for money. And you know, I have backup plans outside of fighting, and so I call it free time right now. And I'm just putting every ounce of everything that I have into this because I do believe that I can be one of the greatest combat sports athletes of all time.
Yeah, man, this is pretty cool. Ever since I was 4 years old, starting wrestling, I've been working my butt off, and here we go. We're fucking world champion! Woo!
Watch your step. Go to the right.
One more, champ.
Here we go. The left up here.
UFC vet turned BKFC contender, Jimmie Rivera has fought his way through the best in the world, standing toe-to-toe with champions and veterans alike. Known for his toughness, relentless drive, and his refusal to back down, Rivera is now solely focused on claiming a world title come November 9th.
My accomplishments in my whole MMA and BKFC career, 23-5 as an MMA fighter. I fought in the UFC for 6 years. One of my most notable wins is beating Uriah Faber. From there, I fought people just like Aljamain Sterling, Peter Yan, Pedro Munoz, all these big names from going from UFC to BKFC, bare knuckle fighting championships. I fought Jeremy Stevens, Howard Davis, and now I'm here to take on Kai Stewart for the 145 featherweight belt. What motivates me to continue fighting is just the love of the sport. Whether it's gonna be MMA, kickboxing, bare knuckle boxing, it's just a love for the sport. To be able to go into a promotion, help them grow, and at the same time, my end result is always to wear that belt around my waist. That is my main motivation. My legacy is really that I went out there and I did it. I left everything on the line. Whether win or lose, I left everything out there. I think that's where people, you know what I mean, regret that they didn't go and take the opportunity. Well, I have this opportunity to do these great things, to help a great promotion, to build this promotion, to go fight for the belt. That's my legacy. That's what I want to show my kids, is that I went out there and with hard work and discipline, you could go and achieve everything, anything you want. Getting my hand raised in front of thousands of fans, there's just no feeling like that. No drink that could replace it, no food, no drug, no nothing. It's just that adrenaline when they call your name, that you're the winner, and especially when you hear and new, you know what I mean? That is just an unbelievable feeling, and I'm looking forward to getting my hand raised November 9th.
Fighting out of Ramsey, New Jersey, here is Jimmie
Those level changes are hard to deal with. Rivera does that body opens up.
That's the thing with those body shots. When you start landing them early and often, the hands drop.
To beat Lil Jim brings a little bit more of a special feeling to me. You know, he's a UFC legend. However, it's his time to go down the path, back to his donut shop, and becoming 7-0 is it's just right. It's already done. We just got to show up on fight night. If Lil Jim really thinks that I'm not prepared, he should take a look at his track record, take a look at mine, and realize that he's not in the UFC anymore. He's in my game, the BKFC. This is my house, this is my kingdom, and I will remain the king.
Kai Stewart really starting to take this fight over right now.
Stewart entry on the left hand.
A lot more punches being thrown so far it is, but a huge percentage right now being landed by Kai Stewart, the champ.
You see Stewart playing to the crowd, sticking out his tongue. Big right hand on the overhand from Stewart. There's the uppercut. Down goes Daniel Gary.
That was an uppercut that was inside. It wasn't caught from him ducking from the outside.
I think he knows already that this is his biggest test of his career, that it's not going to be an easy fight. and he's going to be fighting someone that can box, but at the same time that can wrestle too. So, you know, it's bringing the same grit that he's bringing to the game when he's fighting these boxers in BKFC. So this is going to be a hell of a fight. I know it's his home turf, but it just makes me even stronger. You know what I mean? It makes it even worth it more to go out there and to prove his fans that, hey, we're going to put on an exciting fight, that I'm here and have a rocky moment.
On November 9th at the Metro Park, we are expecting a sellout. The Metro is a super special place to me. Not only did I win my high school state wrestling championships there, I won my BKFC debut, I've won MMA matches. The Metro is a loud, crazy atmosphere. The Montana fans are very, very rowdy. This will be the rowdiest fight card of 2024 for the BKFC. Mark my words. Lil Jim will have no option but to think of the shark pit that he's coming into. My prediction for the fight is Lil Jim being on the canvas, broken at some point, whether it is after the 5th round, he has no more energy and he collapses, or I put him out in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I really want to put his lights out. It's time that I really have my viral knockout, and nobody better to do it on than former UFC vet and legend, Lil Jim Rivera.
He should expect everything and more, because he's facing someone that's probably his toughest opponent. Yeah, I'm not just a boxer, I'm not just a wrestler, I'm not just an MMA fighter, I do it all. I've been doing it all for 25 years now, so that's what he should expect. And the reason I'm going to beat him because I got more grit than he has.
If Lil Jim really wants to go grit for grit with me, first off, after I lay him out on the canvas on fight night, I will give him another opportunity to really prove if he has more grit. Let's go to a dungeon, let's crank the heat. First to 100 takedowns, definitely would win the grit for grit contest. Lil Jim doesn't have it. I'm gonna, just size. I'm way bigger than Jimmie. He's done. If he really thinks his grit is on the same level as mine, he has a whole world of hurt coming in his direction.
I don't really pay attention to anything that Kai says. It really is irrelevant for me. I mean, I think he's trying to sell a fight pop with everything you're telling me to say, but all those things are just, statements. Actions always speak louder than words, so we'll see when it comes down November 9th when we get in that square circle and fight.
From Rivera, big right hand, straight right hand again from Jimmie Rivera. Overhand right, left hand on the counter from Rivera.
Lil Jim, the time has now come, and I am super excited to share the ring with you. You've done a lot in your career, but it ends now, and it's going to end violently.
Before the featherweight title is up for grabs in the main event, two welterweights clash in a fight with title implications. Longtime BKFC staple, Julian Lane, looks to capture his 3rd consecutive victory as he climbs one step closer to his chance at gold. Lane has faced a who's who in bare knuckle, always delivering non-stop action from bell to bell.
Elite competitors every fight I've had in the BKFC, man. Shoot. And even, like I said, my bare knuckle debut, I fought the King of England, man, and then I dethroned him. And then after that, BKFC, debut was Leonard Garcia. And then I fight guys like Jim Allers, Thiago Alves, David Rickles, everybody knows Mike Perry. Man, so yeah, all these guys, and it's still to come. My next opponent, Alfredo Angulo, he's a legend. He's earned his respect in the sport of boxing, and I'm just, I'm looking forward to, getting in there and fighting an experienced boxer. So it'd be probably my, probably my first time going with a guy with that much boxing experience. So I'm curious to see how I do with that one. Alfredo has, bitten off maybe not more than he could chew, but I'm gonna give him a lot to chew on. And whether, he can handle it or not, man, like I said, this is my time, and I just feel like he had his shots, man. He had his long career in boxing. He fought Canelo Alvarez. he got to the top. So it's like, you know, but this is my sport, man. Bare knuckle, this is mine. And I'm built for this. And I feel like Angulo is a good matchup for me, you know, especially him having some names under his belt. And yeah, I'm just, hey man, I'm ready for this opportunity.
There's a good right hand in the uppercut. Good combination from Julian Lane. This is a very even fight.
This is a much better round right here.
Yeah, man, I've done a lot in this, you know, in this fight game, man. I've been around for a while. You know, a lot of people know me from Ultimate Fighter, Let Me Bang Bro, and you know, my antics on, you know, reality TV. But you know, honestly, man, like people don't really see what I have. Like my team sees what I have, and I haven't even shown myself what I have, man. So when I get in here on November 9th, man, this is my time, and this is, you know, this is the turning point for my career, man. And you know, well, you know, like I'm on a 3-fight win streak, man, and I'm just gonna keep it going, man, and keep climbing up the ladder, man.
At Knucklemania 4, Alfredo Angulo put the combat sports world on notice when he went toe-to-toe with Jeremiah Riggs in what became an instant classic. Angulo now has the opportunity to prove that he's the most dangerous threat in the welterweight division by dispatching of Julian Lane at BKFC Montana.
En la última pelea con Jeremiah hemos ajustado cosas en el entrenamiento, en los clinch, en diferentes cosas que no sabíamos que se pueden hacer en Bernacos, que es el agarrar atrás de la nuca, se puede detener y golpear con la otra mano. Hemos trabajado en eso y en otras cosas que yo creo que el 9 de noviembre van a ver los cambios que el perro ha hecho arriba del ring. Mi última pelea con Riggs fue una pelea que no esperábamos nunca en toda mi carrera, ni de boxeador ni de peleador en la calle, que me peleé muchísimo en la calle, nunca me habían jalado el pelo como en esa noche me jalaron el pelo, pero yo creo que gracias a ello se pudo hacer el combate como fue esa noche. Quien sea que va a pelear contra el perro, siempre se preparan a conciencia, siempre se preparan hacer mucho trabajo para enfrentar a un perro como yo. Así que yo creo que Lee no es la excepción, a pesar de la trayectoria que tiene del récord. Yo creo que se está preparando muy bien para enfrentar al perro, pero yo sinceramente que no he visto ninguna pelea de él, no me interesa. Yo trabajo como siempre a conciencia, hago mi trabajo para mí, para estar listo esa noche. Bernacos forma parte de toda mi carrera. Yo creo que es la última llave que tengo en mi cajón. Haber ido a Juegos Olímpicos, coronarme campeón del mundo y ahora queremos coronarnos campeones del BKFC, así que nos falta un largo camino todavía.
We're ready 100% for whatever he comes, and we don't have to be ready about his record, about he's a veteran on BKFC. I mean, look at Angulo's record. Look at Angulo's his career. He needs to be worried about Angulo, if you ask me, you know, because the experience is with us. So we don't have no pressure. We're good. We know what we're gonna do. We have the game plan set, and we're just waiting for the day. We're 100% ready.
I'm more experienced in bare knuckle. I have 13 bare knuckle fights. Like I said, records ain't shit. I fought all tough game opponents, man, and the only reason I lost is because I lost to myself. These guys didn't knock me out. They didn't do none of that, man. I've fought 5 rounds with a broken jaw before, so I fought 4 rounds with a broken hand. You know, like it's nothing new to me, man, and I know I'm tough. I know I'm tougher than Angulo. He's tough, but I'm tougher. He's sharp, but I'm sharper. He's strong, but I'm stronger. You know what I mean? And I'm smarter. And everybody's gonna see that November 9th, man. The fans always expect a show when I step in there. The fans are gonna expect blood. They're gonna expect, you know, hearing these punches land. They're gonna expect hearing these bones crack, these knuckles crack on his head or whatever it is. The fans know what to expect when I step in that ring, man. He already knows what he's going against, man. Alfredo already knows. I'm sure he's watched my fights, man. He knows I'm tough. He knows that I'm gonna bring it, and he just, I don't know, man. I don't know why he took this fight. Probably because he wants to go for the belt, but you know, there's no shortcuts to the belt, bro. And you ain't getting there just off 2 fights, man. I got 13 fights, like I said, man. You're gonna have to work a little harder, man, and take a different route, because you ain't getting it through this lane, you know what I mean?
La ventaja que hay entre Julian y yo es algo que no se enseña, que no se practica, que se llama corazón y los huevos que uno tiene como mexicano. Que eso nadie ni nada te lo enseña. Con eso naces y con eso te mueres. ¿Qué me motiva a seguir en esto? Es el sellar mi carrera, mi trayectoria como guerrero, como peleador.
Hey, bring your A game, man. You know, I'm stepping in there. You know you're gonna show up, so just get ready, man. And may the best man win. But I can tell you right now, it's gonna be a long night for you, brother.
On November 9th, the BKFC brings a night of non-stop action to Montana. A young champion takes on a battle-tested veteran when Kai Stewart fights to retain his throne.
Left hand, and that sends Grinder out to the canvas. Clean knockdown.
Against Jimmie Rivera.
There's the jab from Davis. Counter left hook from Rivera sent Davis backwards.
And Julian Lane's relentless pressure.
Lane, big uppercut and another from the halftime club. 2-hit sequence from Julian Lane.
Collides with Alfredo Angulo's crushing power.